Hello everyone, I'm back with another speak draw thing. I know I don't post as much as I like to, but I want to update you guys on something I'm doing that I may or may have not alluded to before. So basically I'm making a D&D podcast with my friends and my friends' friends called Road to Tenkaichi, or however you say that you guys should totally check out right now. Currently Session 0 is out on YouTube, and Session 1 is recorded and should be out soon. Both recordings are around 2.5 hours. It's a little scuffed because we're still trying to figure everything out, but you should totally give it a listen. I know I sound like a broken record. In fact, if you haven't heard it, you should pause this video right now and go watch it. I probably have a link to it in the description of this video or somewhere, and if I don't, again, it's called Road to Tenkaichi, and it's posted on a channel named Talented Slayers Rebooted. Okay, so in this podcast, I play someone named Darius Baradier Braxis II, who, if you couldn't guess by his pretentious-ass name, is was a noble. I'm actually designing what he would have looked like when he was still alive, and not a funny skeleton man with a shit ton of recent trauma due to the circumstances of his death and the past he was forced to go down afterwards. But before I go into that, I want to talk about him first. And before you say anything, yes, I did trace over the ref I drew from him a week earlier because I couldn't be bothered to figure out his body shape for this concept art thing I'm doing. I struggle a lot with body shapes and types and not drawing the same things, and it already took me a ridiculous time to draw this as is. I say as I fully ended up rendering this drawing. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. Let's steer this conversation back to my boy. As I said before, Darius has some recent trauma that actually gets, I'm messing up my words now, that gets talked about at the end of Session 1, which isn't out yet, like I said before at the time of this recording. In it, he briefly has a talk with the king about it, but doesn't go into too much detail. That's all I'll say about it now. Again, if you want to go more, you're gonna have to go watch it. In fact, Darius is a multi-class character whose classes don't make sense unless you know the details of his backstory and not just the bare bones that he was a noble or is or whatever's going on there. Since he's like a rogue/warlock, specifically a hexblade warlock, which doesn't make sense regardless to his story. I don't care though, it's cool. And I'm going to be going down the assassin route, which, again, tune into the podcast if you want to know why. Jesus, I sound like a broken record. Just watch it, okay? Listen to our funny shit. I actually struggled a lot with playing Darius in Session 0 because of his fun personality and alignment. I ended up not doing much in it because my character wouldn't. Look, he's just not a good guy and he doesn't give a shit about anyone but him. Luckily, however, he does get motivation to end up doing things in the future because of some certain factors that come into play, but he didn't do anything in Session 1 anyways, because the session was moved a day earlier and I didn't know because my phone was dead. RIP. I ended up missing most of the session because of that, but that's no one's fault but my own. Moving on, I think it's time to actually start talking about the drawing, since it's been on screen the whole time. But Darius essentially wore the same outfit he is seen in Session 0 when he was still alive, with an added earrings and a bow, that he couldn't have in his current design because he's a skeleton. The long earring, of course, is spider themed because that's fun, it fits his outfit, and it kind of alludes to the whole, assassin thing that I talked about earlier. Other than that, I gave him long curly brown hair because 1, I pictured him to have brown hair when he was alive. 2, I pictured wavy hair on him, but I struggled to make the distinction between wavy and curly hair in my art currently, because for the longest time I only drew straight hair. It's a me problem, so it ended up curly in the end. 3, I wanted to give him a tiny ponytail, but it just ended up a big one. You know, it happens sometimes, mainly because I wanted to give him a big old ribbon and back, because that's fun. Darius' chin scruff thing and fairer complexion is due to the same reasons as everything else. Also, he was human, because I say so. He's vanilla and you know it. I feel bad about not having much else to say about his design, because I put a lot of thought into his current one, but not his alive one. His alive one, I was like, yeah, that just makes sense. I say as if I don't only design things that I think are fun to draw or look at. For the 3 drawings, I want to display a different part of Darius in each to really show off what he was like when he was alive. The first one is your classic, confident, noble-ish kind of guy. I want to draw him with a wine glass in his hand, but I couldn't figure it out, so he just doesn't have one. Even all these drawings you can see, I really struggle with hands. I just couldn't draw hands in these drawings. The second one is him nervously, holding a book, like he was caught off guard. And this one I want to show that he's kind of awkward, because I am, and let's be honest, when you play a character, your personality leaks through him, even if you don't want it to. More than you think. And he definitely was, a reader when he was alive. I mean, come on, am I wrong? I think he would have also liked to write books, maybe for a career in the future, if things didn't go the way they did. Now the only things he writes are desperate letters to his family that never get responses. Lol. The third thing is, I said lol, bro. The third thing, the third drawing is something that happened in canon at a certain party that is brought up in session 1, but not in too much detail. That's all I'll say about it. But yeah, that's all I have to say about Darius and the road to connection. Will I ever be able to say this word correctly? Tenkaichi. I might bring it up again on this channel because I love it so much and I'm so excited for this shit. I also kind of want to draw a joke from session 1 that's like, this is my ass-kicking outfit, bitch. Though, I don't know if I will. And if I do, I don't know if I'll make it into a video. That's all I have to say for now. You can expect more content like this in the future. Maybe even doing some stuff on my OCs. God knows I need to make refs for them and other stuff. And I'll love to ramble about them anytime I can. Anyways, I hope you have a good rest of your day. Goodbye.